nature to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity. Their peace is made. Join us for the journey through the trees. The nature song brings gentle ease amongst the rustling leaves. Join us for the journey through the trees. The rustling leaves, gentle breeze, they speak to me with such ease. In this sanctuary I'm whole and complete. In nature's embrace, my soul finds it.
YouTube have the opportunity to join in, and we're going to start. We always start our streams at 11:30, so that stream should be starting any second now, and we'll get a move on, and we'll start walking along the south bank of the Thames. It's a quiet day. It's much more subdued than the previous. Okay. So it's become a bit of a Wednesday tradition. Walk along a part of the Thames, and we're starting in Richmond this week, and we should get to Teddington by the end of today. It should take us somewhere between an hour and 15 minutes and an hour and a half, depending on the pace that we set and the number of stops that we make. So that's the direction that we've come from, and there's sort of a lock there, just to control the depth of the Thames. It being a tidal river, it's important that they have measures in place, obviously, to make sure that things don't get flooded. Thank you for all those people joining on TikTok. Welcome to West London, and a very peaceful Wednesday around about midday. So if you weren't with us on Sunday, we were in Valencia in Spain, and we took a city walk around Valencia. So you should be able to see our previous live streams and go and watch them. We do make edited content and some entertaining shorts as well based on those live streams, so if you're interested in watching that, whatever channel you're watching this on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, or any of the other ones, Twitch, of course, you can view our content there. And if you're interested in hiking or city walks, we hope that we've got some good stuff for you and some good stuff coming up. We've scheduled some hikes in other places around the UK. We're going to stay UK based for a little while. We've taken a few overseas adventures recently, but we're going to stay within the UK for a while. With the weather getting better, warming up, coming into spring and summer, there's not the same incentive to escape Britain in search of sun, because you can find it here at that time of year usually. So we've got the usual sort of houseboats, longboats along the river, places that some people call home. Ooh. Some crazy. So this is Richmond Bridge. Let's have a look at this. Erected by the Horsley Company Limited, London, 1908. Over 100 years old, this bridge. Still going strong, unlike some of the other bridges that cross the Thames, which are in need of repair and are not taking motor vehicles at the moment. They're sort of pedestrian and cyclists only. If you're watching on any of the on any of the social media channels, you should be able to see a version of this live stream with a front-facing camera and then me in the corner. We have a viewer on Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. We're taking a little bit of a walk down along the Thames in London. It's very quiet. There's not a lot of wind. It's nice when that sun comes out and warms me up a bit. So there's Richmond Bridge. We're going to walk along the Thames, a bit of the Thames, every Wednesday until we get to the official source of the Thames. But that's a couple of 100 miles away, so we're not going to get there. We're not going to get there very quickly. I'm being told that we have a little bit of lag on our produced TikTok feed. So if you're watching us on TikTok with the 2-camera version of the live stream, it might be a good idea to switch over to Facebook or YouTube if those are options for you, and hopefully we can get you'll have a better experience from them. Thank you to those people on TikTok still joining. We're in West London and we're walking along the Thames. Hey Pot. Hey to you too. Welcome to our live stream. Your virtual walk along the Thames in London. No, that's not a bad day. So we did actually, for those people who were here last week when we did a part of this, let's get back onto here, onto TikTok. For those people who were with us last week and came for a bit of a walk. I've jumped a bit, I've left a bit out. We were supposed to be going from Brentford to Richmond, but I've picked up the walk from Richmond because it's because there wasn't a lot between Brentford and Richmond, and I had to get the train out to Richmond, so it was easier for me just to pick up the walk from here. So I hope you don't mind. Any of those people who were eager to see anything between Brentford and Richmond, I'm afraid I've disappointed you. There's something going on here. Is that what it is? Oh, there must be some kind of a cruise.
Oh my gosh!
Ooh. And here I was commenting on how quiet it was. There's lots of people about. I think they're about to get on this boat here, the New Southern Belle. These people eagerly anticipating boarding their boat for a bit of a cruise. Let's just let you see these people getting on this boat. While I get myself organised. Okay. All right, let's carry on. Half an hour ago I had a good few bits of sunshine, but there's patches of blue sky, just not in the part of the sky where the sun is at the moment. But you never know. I'm going to put you down for a bit. All right. Let's go and see this woman sitting on this bench and see what she's all about. Oh, Virginia Woolf. So she's from Richmond. She's enjoying the sunshine. I do like this bridge. It's got quite an angle to it. Quite, why is the word not coming to me? Goes up in the middle. English is my first language, I promise you. On TikTok. Thank you for tuning in. Pleased to have you here. I've got a little waxing crew. So I wonder what they're producing. Oh, this sunshine's nice. So, I got back from Valencia late last night. I've had hardly any sleep, so please excuse me if the conversation and the commentary leaves something to be desired. I feel a little bit dazed and confused today. And after having a wonderful time in Valencia, I'm having to catch up with all my emails as well, but I've taken a little bit of time out to go for a walk along the Thames. I believe it's good for your mental health to do that before I go back and work my way through the rest of the emails and requests from clients. There's a range of different options here for boat trips to Hampton Court Palace, Kew, and all the way to Westminster. So something to think about if you're just tuned in, especially on TikTok. We're fairly new to TikTok, but we've been putting our content on YouTube and Facebook for a little while. As part of this Wednesday series where we walk along the Thames, we did start at the Thames Barrier in East London and we walked right through central London. So for those people who are interested in the various sites and attractions along the south bank of central London, you might be interested to go and have a look at our back catalogue of content so that you can get you can see me walking along the Thames and providing whatever information and amusement I can do as I've been doing for the last few months. So we're really pleased with the number of people who've been interested enough to watch us wherever you're watching. And we would ask, as I'm sure you're, predicting I'm about to say, if this is the kind of content that you like, or if you know someone who might be interested in this type of content, please share it. And give us some comments and feedback. We appreciate any sort of guidance and sort of anything that we can do better, or anything that you're particularly enjoying, so that we can provide more of that. One of the main points of live streaming these walks is that you get to experience it a little bit more immediately than pre-recorded content. So if you see something, if I pass something that looks interesting to you and you think, I want to have a closer look, then let me know and we'll have a closer look. We've got all kinds of ideas for places to go on hikes. And so we will be posting those on our social media channels, and we'll be asking for people's input on that, what kinds of hikes people are interested in. Naturally enough, we are constrained somewhat by hiking in locations where there's a network signal, because you can't live stream if you can't get on the internet. So that's one thing to consider. So some of those far-flung, exotic backwaters may not necessarily work out for live streaming locations. So there are lots of parks, lots of places to sort of sit down and relax with Virginia Woolf. When the sun comes out, it makes it all worth it. Have a little bit of a look along here. I'll give you a little bit of a panoramic shot of what I'm seeing while we're bathed in glorious sunshine. Seemingly endless boathouses, but I guess you'd expect that, wouldn't you, with people living on the bank of a river to be boatwardly inclined. And some people, of course, living in some of these boats here, actually on the water. The Three Pigeons Insect Hotel. Right. Yep, so they're trying to look after the bug population, keep them happy. Alright, let's have a look. It is a slightly different walk from Valencia, Nadia, yes. Very different. I don't have my two super fans with me for a start. That's one difference. I don't suppose we've got any viewers from Germany watching, do we? Or is it gonna take more persuasion to win that particular fan? Yeah, it's nice enough though. It's nice and quiet. Very different from Valencia. A lot less hustle and bustle. Very relaxing. Yeah, so what have we got going on here? Oh, good gym. So I've heard about this good gym. I think I might take this dirt path. So this good gym is, I think it's the idea that rather than sitting in a gym and just lifting heavy weights for no particular reason, apart from to build up your strength, this good gym is basically, well, work needs to get done. There's loads of people who have stuff that needs to be done, gardening and all kinds of sort of general sort of labour intensive activities. And so I think this good gym is sort of saying, why don't we get our exercise from a more natural means through good, honest, hard work rather than sort of sitting in a gym. And so it's an interesting concept. I have absolutely no affiliation with it. I'm not sure whether it's just a UK thing or whether it's something it's taken off. It strikes me as more than just an app. It's sort of like a social movement. I haven't looked into it too closely, but it seems like an interesting concept to me. I'm getting better at walking through these kissing gates with all of this equipment on. I think at the start I was getting wires tangled up and that type of thing. So there's some people walking on the other side of the Thames. I guess there's always the option to cross over to the other side and just to get a different perspective. I haven't actually seen any official signs for the Thames Path for a while, but I'm confidently walking along here knowing that we are in fact on a path beside the Thames, so we can't be a long way off. And I don't mind deviating a little bit from the official route if it suits our purposes. And we're off. Oh, there's some barbed wire there would suggest that they have livestock, but I don't see any livestock at the moment. Only human livestock walking around. Hello Ams on TikTok. Where are you from? I'm Australian, but I am an Australian who's lived in the UK for half of his life, so you could say I'm a combination of English and Australian. Yeah, grew up in Australia, still Australian, but lived over here for quite a while. So I'm living in London at the moment. Have done for a good amount of time, and I attempted parts of this exact path a few years ago, and I don't think I got this far. So this is the furthest I've been along the Thames Path, but still got a really long way to go because it's over 200 miles long, and I'm not sure how many miles we've done. We might have done sort of maybe a quarter of it, maybe not even that, maybe 20% of it. So every Wednesday we're going to do a little bit more of a walk. Well, every Wednesday where it's possible anyway. There will be the odd week where life intervenes and I'll be in other places. but I've been trying to do my best just to make it regular so that people will know when they can watch a live stream. Every Wednesday and either a Saturday or a Sunday. It's usually a Saturday, but sometimes because of personal commitments or just because there's a special event on that happens to be on a Sunday, and an example of that was St Patrick's Day a few months ago. So we decided so that we could get the St Patrick's Day parade in central London and go and take a look at that on the various social media channels if you're interested in that. We decided to switch the live stream to Sunday, and last weekend it was also a Sunday, and that was just because that was when I was free, because I was travelling on the Saturday and it wasn't going to work out on the Saturday, so we did it on the Sunday. Let's go and see what this sign says. Right, so it says that Teddington Lock is 2 miles away. And I'm assuming Teddington Lock is in Teddington. I had a bit of a look at my Google map, so I've got a little bit of an idea about where Teddington proper is in relation to the Thames Path. But as soon as I get to Teddington Lock, I think that's probably where we'll leave the live stream for today. But we've got a little bit further to go, and it got a little bit sort of built up for a while, and we're back into, greenery. So that's Petersham Lodge Woods. So this Saturday will be in Northampton. We will be at an abbey near Northampton, and we'll be walking a couple of dogs, and we may even have another person joining us, so that'll be nice. It'll be nice to have someone else's input on this, so that we could, we mix it up a bit. A little bit less of you having to hear my voice. You can get to listen to someone else and get some insights from them. Also, the advantage of that in this case is that we'll have someone with local knowledge as well, so they'll be able to provide some more insight than perhaps I would be able to, not having been from that area. So that will be nice, and that's something that I want to repeat as much as possible, to have someone else appearing on the live stream and being able to give us some insider knowledge. Oh, look at this. How did I miss that gorgeous building up on the hill there? Is that Hampton Court Palace, perhaps? Someone giving me a very suspicious look. I can't really blame them. It's very quiet. I haven't seen anyone on the Thames. The last few weeks that we have been walking along the Thames, it's been a feature, but not today. Or maybe Brentford and Cambridge boat race. But so I'm just going to keep on walking. This will be good pre-recorded content anyway. We might catch something interesting, and if we get back online, then that would be great. So, okay, welcome back everyone. Looked like we went through a bit of a network dead zone there, so we lost you for a bit. But we're back, and well, we're still doing exactly the same thing as we were. You haven't missed much. We've just been walking along. So, oh, look at this. Another quaint building. I say a quaint building, it's probably a, you know, highly luxurious manor house. Caspar Alexander Basha. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. Here, here. Oh, Marcus Hewitt, POW and medic, Manchuria. Amazing. All of these bench seats dedicated to locals of note. Maybe this can turn into a bench reading. To Aubrey with our love for pondering. Yep, a bench seat seems like a good enough place, as good a place as any for doing some pondering. Oh, okay, so you can get a ferry to Twickenham from here, apparently. Teddington. Okay, still got half a mile. Got a quarter of the way to Teddington. A little bit further to go. So wherever we leave you at the end of today, we will pick up next week, and next Wednesday we will carry on walking along the Thames. So that will be. That's our plan. So if that sounds interesting, put it in, mark it in your calendar. 10:30 UTC or whatever, you know, do the conversion to your local time zone and tune in. Wherever you're watching us, you can use that platform, or you can try out some of the other platforms as well. We're trying to spread our net as far as possible. So any of the main live streamable social media channels we have a presence on. So. Oh, this path is a little bit difficult to walk on. It's not very flat. Thank you for those people engaging on the social media channels and liking and sharing and or just joining us for this hike along the Thames. Depending on how long you've been watching us for, I may as well let you know that this is a regular Wednesday slot. So we're going to walk along a little bit of the Thames Path every week, westward until we get to the source of the Thames. And a special mention to our viewer on Twitch who has been watching since the start of the live stream. Thank you for your commitment to the cause, and I hope you're enjoying this. Do make contact with us if we can do anything for you, if you've got any questions. Well, look at that uneven surface in car park. They sort of the ground is uneven enough for them to have a special warning to let people know to be careful when they're walking around on it. We are a risk-averse society, I guess. You know, no one wants to see anyone get hurt, do they? You know. But I know that there's a lot of people who are concerned that we're sort of being, as a society, we're being mollycoddled and being pointed out the bleeding obvious. Looks like a little, I don't know what it is. It's a little kiosk of some sort over the other side of the Thames. A very official plaque on it. Maybe it's to do with some boating organisation. So a lot of these pontoons, these sort of little islands in the middle of the Thames, all seem to have, I'm not sure that they're man-made, but they all seem to be a very similar shape, and they've all got sort of concrete banking to them. So it could well be that in a bottom way that they serve some kind of a commercial, industrial purpose. but they've in the intervening years they've let the trees have taken over, and so you can definitely see between there. It's very, the edge there is it looks very sort of very concreted. So. Just coming from we'll being given a wide berth by the locals. Okay, we're back again. Welcome back, everyone. It's funny, these little intermittent sort of network black spots that you get. That's just the way it is. Ooh, I'm going to make sure I don't get in anyone's way and get run over by a collapsible bicycle or any other bicycle. Runners, I can hear footsteps. Cyclists sometimes are a little bit harder to detect. Centimetres to spare, and I'm just sort of thinking, if I'd have just happened to, divert my, take a lunge to one side or the other, you could have easily collected me, because they don't make much of a sound, especially when they're coming up so quickly. You see them before you hear them, that's for sure. Great way of getting around, though, I have to admit. I mean, it's sort of the idea of being able to step onto one of those and just very quickly get a
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind.